Today I would go over the problems with Jackson Mahomes so far in this football season. Recently he's been really disrespectful to the football community and the fans, as you could say, of the football community. One of the problems when when Sean Taylor, they had at the Washington football game recently, they had a Sean Taylor memorial, right? And it was gated off. It was, mainly not for people to stand on or, get near it, because it was gated off by like this white fence. And Jackson Mahomes somehow got in there, right? And it was the number 21. They recently discontinued the number 21 in honor of Sean Taylor. So Jackson Mahomes and, I'm guessing, Patrick Mahomes' wife and some other person I can't remember the name of, they all got in there and they were, I say, disrespecting the memorial. And it was really, really sad to see it happen. Jackson Mahomes made his famous TikTok of him dancing on the memorial, which was really unexpected, but not really. If I can explain, so Jackson Mahomes has been getting in trouble recently. Well, not really trouble, but has been in some, arguments and other such things. In one of these videos, you can see a Ravens fan taunting Jackson Mahomes. And I feel like Jackson Mahomes acted very immaturely, and he was using his fame and power from his brother to act these ways, which is really disappointing and is really embarrassing for Patrick Mahomes. And I would be embarrassed if I was Patrick Mahomes. So, in the video, as the Ravens fan is taunting Jackson Mahomes on how, I guess, they're losing, and Jackson Mahomes grabs a water bottle and dumps the water bottle on the Ravens fan, and you can clearly see that it is Jackson Mahomes and that it is him dumping the water bottle, which is very, very disappointing, I'd say. I feel like at that age that he's at, he should have some respect towards fans that are not just Chief fans, such as, different football teams, which is it's really big because of his fame, and I feel like he's using it to an advantage against, against these football fans in it. And another time this also happened was the Sean Taylor Memorial, where someone was recording Jackson Mahomes' dance on the Sean Taylor Memorial, and he was doing this dance, and at the end of the dance, he does an L sign with his hand. I don't know if that was towards the Washington football team or towards the memorial. I just think Jackson Mahomes doesn't have the knowledge of who Sean Taylor is or what it was for. I thought there's multiple pictures of the whole family standing in the memorial, which is astonishing because you think like the fans would interact on it because of how disrespectful it is. Like the fans would throw something at him because, that's just like downright horrible that he did that. And he did apologize and take down the video, but I feel like the apology wasn't enough because he was trying to be like passive aggressive, if that makes any sense. Like, oh, I'm sorry, but it's not my fault. like kind of like that way, like it's not really his fault, even though it is his fault because of the disrespect he's also been giving in these past weeks. And another time was when I can't remember what game this was, but Randy, or I believe her name is Randy. I can't say her name. Randy Mahomes on Twitter, I believe his mom, she says, "Okay, people, that should not be an interception on the QB. ... That should be a fumble or anything else. ... Just putting it out there. ... Go Chiefs," in capital letters. And I'm seeing these comments, and it's crazy because it says, "Yeah, let's just change the rules of football for your son." I imagine this woman, or mom, would be very intelligent because her son has been very good in college at Texas, and very good in NFL. And you'd think she would have the knowledge of how the game works after watching her son beat all of these people and make it to the Super Bowl. And it's very embarrassing for Patrick Mahomes seeing him have to go through this. And it's really crazy. And another time was Patrick Mahomes' wife. She says, "Cool, comma, pretty sure you can't hit someone that late." Sam, again, I don't know what game this was. I don't know when this happened, but I believe she is just using her fame and power, such as all the other parts of the family, which is crazy to me, because it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's horrible. It really puts a bad symbol on Patrick Mahomes. Even though he's not having a great season, but he is still a great player. You got to give it to him, because not a lot of people make it into the Super Bowl. One team out of every year, which is some crazy numbers. And I thought I'd go over Patrick Mahomes' stats to end it off here. He hasn't been doing so good this year, and so far he's had 6 games and 242 attempts. Completions have been 167, and he totally has 1,800 yards and 18 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. 8 interceptions. I feel like interceptions are super overrated, but it depends on the wide receiver core, not just the wide receiver core, like the whole offense team. It really depends on that. And he only has 10 sacks so far in the season. Don't get me wrong, that's a lot of sacks, but he still has no excuse here because of his team, how good his team is and how stacked it is, I guess you could say. But the 8 interceptions, it's just crazy to me, because last year in 2020, I say one of the best seasons for Patrick Mahomes. He only has 6 interceptions, and that was through 15 games. And 2019, he played in 14 games, and he only had 5 interceptions. Then 2018, he played in 16 games and had, 12 interceptions. But that's his second year in playing football. So you do have to put that into perspective. Don't get me wrong, he's not a bad player, but I feel like it's going to be bad because of how much money the Chiefs put into him. $500 million is insanity, because they got to realize they're long term. Because, after every Super Bowl, someone retires, or someone wants to become a free agent, or someone's contract runs out and they can't pay for it. And they have to put that, the Chiefs have to put that into perspective, or they're going to go downhill so far. And it's not good. That is not good at all. Because the Chiefs came out of nowhere when they drafted Patty, and I wouldn't say really came out of nowhere, but they really spiked up in popularity and performance. And so looking at Patrick Mahomes here, he's 5 years in experience, which is pretty good. Height is 6'3", that's pretty good for a quarterback. 26 years young, weighs 227 pounds, and went to Texas Tech. So he's not a bad player at all. On their team, they have Tyreek Hill, one of the most well-known wide receivers in the game right now. Orlando Brown for left tackle. Left guard, they have Joe Thunley. Center, they got Creed. Right guard, they got Trey Smith. Right tackle, they have Mike. And tight end, another big name, probably the best tight end in the league right now, Travis Kelce. They also have another, I say, underrated wide receiver, Mecole Hardman and Byron Pringle. And then for running back, they have Darrell Williams. And for fullback, they have Michael Burton. So for Tyreek Hill, number 10, 6 years in experience, 5'10", age 27, weight 185. Came from West Alabama. So far, he has 46 recs, 592 yards, and 12.9 yards per average, and 5 touchdowns so far this season. Byron Pringle, number 13, experience 4 years, age 27, height 6'1", weight 200 pounds, from Kansas State. So far, he has 12 catches, 170 yards, and 14.2 yards per pass, and 2 touchdowns. Really good on the average. Really amazing. Travis Kelce, big name, number 87, 9 years in experience, height 6'5", age 32, weight 256 pounds, college, Cincinnati. 38 receptions, 468 yards, 12.3 yards per average, and 4 touchdowns. Those 12.3 yards in average are an amazing numbers for a tight end. So the Chiefs do have very good people on their team. Big names, big people, a lot of skill. And another wide receiver, Mecole Hardman, number 17, 3 years of experience, height 5'10", age 23, weighs 180 pounds, Georgia. 26 receptions, 261 yards, 10 yards average, and 1 touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, wide receiver, number 11, experience 6 years, height 6'1", age 27, and weighs 200 pounds. Went to Florida for college. So far, he has 10 receptions, 126 yards, and 12.6 yards average, and 2 touchdowns. Now for the running back, Darrell, number 31, 4 years of experience, height 5'11", age 26, and weight 219 pounds, and came from LSU. So far, he has 47 carries, 161 yards, and 3.4 average yards, and 4 touchdowns. Those 3.4 average yards are a little under average. It could be the line that the Chiefs are having, because you saw in the last Super Bowl, the most recent one, that's what the Chiefs had the problem with, was their whole line was out. And Patrick Mahomes, you could see he was playing amazing in that Super Bowl. By doing all these amazing throws and getting out and scrambling. And it's really iconic because that really showed how good Patrick Mahomes was. So that would be it. But for final saying, I just think Chiefs shouldn't have put so much money into Patrick Mahomes, trying to keep him there, because I feel like they oversee him. They think too much of him, and that's why they put so much money into him. But now they're gonna have to figure out something with their mind to become, I guess, a better football team. All right. Yep, that's it. All right. See ya.